The Red Kaiser stood looking at a pile of bodies before him. "These are the officers from the battle?" "Yes, sir," the captain beside him confirmed. "And it was a crusade? By the Oranges?" "Yes, sir, it was." "What has the world come to? First a purple horde, now an orange crusade to deal with? My God. Well, I suppose we'd better prepare the defenses the best we can. I don't think they'll be stopping anytime soon." "Sir, I just don't think we have the men to hold off these new enemies." "I know. I think it's time the Reds went into talk with some other nations. We'll have leverage, because this Crusader army won't just be affecting us. It'll damage the entire mainland. These Oranges won't stop for anything." Meanwhile, Tony of the Green Nation stood before his new troopers of Chaos Brigade. "Alright, men, we've been given the go-ahead to save our comrade Hunter from the Purple Horde's stronghold. He's been a POW there for ages, so the sooner we save him, the better. But the problem is that in order to get into the prison they're holding him in, we have to go through some enemy fortresses first. Luckily, this will be a double whammy, since if we take these fortresses, we're not only closer to the prison, but also claiming territory for the Tans. The most important of these fortresses is a hill trench system. We're going to be able to attack from a few angles, but the purple and gray troops stationed there may have reinforcements inbound, so be on the lookout for flankers. Once we take this hill, we'll be a step closer to saving Hunter. Now let's go. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, back with some more Army Men Civil War. Now today's video is taking place on this massive hilltop defense here. This thing is an absolute behemoth. There are hundreds of soldiers lining this hill inside the trenches with guns trained towards the outside. They've got static artillery pieces, they've got a bunch of Panzer IVGs, they've got Bofors guns, they've got machine guns, they've got all sorts of guns coming out the wazoo here. Truly, this hill defense is a force to be reckoned with. Not to mention, the purples and grays also have reinforcements coming in. They have quite an army about to go and reinforce this position from the back lines over here. However, the attackers are coming in swinging too. We have the tan and light green deserters over here, aka Chaos Brigade, being led by Tony, the light green deserter soldier. And they have a ton of highly trained troopers as well, including a bunch of tan tanks, because the Tans are known for their tank production, and they pretty much surround the entirety of the hill. They have 3/4 of the hill surrounded, and then the last 1/4 is held by the reinforcements, which are going to be coming in. So both sides are fighting for the hill right now. The purples and grays have a pretty extreme defensive position over here, but the light greens and the tans are basically going to be like kamikazing the hill with everything they've got all at once. A really powerful brigade coming in here and hopefully sweeping the hill, but then reinforcements will come in as well. So we'll see how this battle goes. I'm not sure who's going to be the victor here because I haven't run the test yet. I thought it'd be more interesting to just sort of do it live with you guys. I'm really curious to see who wins this. If you guys are too, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the like button if you also enjoy this series as a whole and want to see more. It'd be really appreciated by me. Also, be sure to follow my Instagram. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get this thing going. Alright boys, let's get right on into it here. We're going to go in slow-mo because this is going to be an action-packed battle from all sides. And let's start looking at the defenses over here where the purples have their largest guns trained on the enemy. And we are pressing start. I take it the tans and greens are heading forward, and here we go. Wasting no time starting to fire out at the enemy here. Let's see if this Bofors gun gets a shot off. Oh, the Bofors gun gets destroyed extraordinarily early into the battle because an M4 shot came in and absolutely decimated that anti-tank gun. That is absolutely insane and super unlucky for the purples there because that is such a powerful weapon, lost almost immediately in this battle. The rest of the trench defenses are firing off at the oncoming infantry, trying their best. I'd take it to like subdue them in any means possible, but it is really tough for these boys. Hopefully this purple tank up here stays alive for at least a little while longer. That way the purple's got something going for them over here, but the Tans and greens are really just killing the game at the moment. They're sending up infantry to sprinting ahead, trying to get forward here and you know, just take full advantage of this bombastic start to the battle. Over here things seem to be going a little bit better. This Panzer tank is still alive, rocking some hits, not taking too much damage it seems. This Bofors gun also managing to spurt out some fire against this hillside over here at the oncoming Tans and greens, which are moving in rather fast now. And the infantry over here is also still very much so alive, which is good to see because, you know, infantry is the backbone of these defenses, and if all of the infantry goes down, then there's no way the tanks can hold on their own. This Panzer over here seems to be doing a-okay as well, but this Bofors gun and this entire trench over here is basically dead. There's only a few troopers left alive in this trench over here. That purple tank seems to be Tango is some sort of tank, probably this one here, and it seems like actually this tank did end up going down, and the troopers that were inside are bailing out. Tan and green infantry getting to the base of the hill right now, and they're doing so pretty much unscathed from over here. I think over here might be a bit of a different story where the purple defenses are holding up a little bit better. Lots and lots of Tan tanks injured or completely destroyed all over the place right now. Things are not looking too swell for the Tans. In terms of their armor, I'd say the purples are definitely winning the armor battle. Is this thing still alive? Yeah, this thing here is still alive as well. So, oh, it just goes down right when I was about... What is that? What did you just poop out? Oh, it's the Bofors wheel. It must have landed back there. I was about to say the Tans and greens really need to start taking care of these tanks, and it looks like they are doing just that and wiping them out quite nicely right now. So I guess things are going fine in terms of tank warfare. The purples really only have this one tank left alive over here, but here comes the purple infantry reinforcements cruising on in over here. Let's see if we can get a nice close-up shot of these guys coming in hot. Move, men, move, move, move. Get to those tank traps, take cover behind them, you know the drill. And they're going up against a pretty sizable tan and green army over here, but the tan and green army seems to be focusing in on the hill defenses instead of trying to take out these gray and purple reinforcements that are coming in hot, though a few of them are going down rather early on here. Oh, they're getting nice and far forward. I would definitely want to get as many troopers up to these tank traps as possible, utilize them as much cover as you know, humanly possible, and just, you know, start spraying down these guys. That is really the mission here, and they're starting to get a few good kills on these Tans and greens. They are doing a nice job of rocking the boat here, you know, helping to stall out the defenses on the hillside a little bit and just keeping them alive for a little bit longer. But the same cannot be said over here for the tan and green offense over this way, as the last few defenders over here are getting slowly but surely overwhelmed at the foot of the hill here. These two riflemen are about to be squashed, it seems. Hopefully they can get a kill or two before they end up going down, but we'll see if that holds true and they manage to do that. I think we should go into a little bit faster of a speed now, as the battle is sort of, you know, turning up a little bit more, and we're getting into the thick of things. 2 tan tanks, 3 tan tanks are still alive over here. Holy cow! I did not realize how many tan tanks had survived over on that end. That's actually kind of crazy. Ooh, purple tank over here blowing sky high right there. That's the last of the purple tanks that were holding the hillside. Now it's up to all infantry with bazookas, you know, to seal the deal and manage to get any more tank kills here. Except the reinforcements that are coming in over here are doing an absolutely stellar job over this way. They are chopping these tan and green soldiers to absolute bits. I feel bad for these guys. They were not prepared for this side-swiping action from the purples. Seems like most of them sort of trying to hide in the gutter over here and, you know, sort of make a little bit of a defensive area, but it is a bit of a choke point that they're creating for themselves that the purples and grays are just going to be able to fire into and slaughter if given the opportunity, so that is a bit tough there too. I do kind of like the fluidity of this battle, the fact that not only do we have this looming defensive position, but we also have reinforcements that are posing a threat to the attackers. I think I might do stuff like this a little bit more in the future because it's really, really fun. I like it a lot. You know, the reinforcements are sort of steamrolling here, but that's not saying that they're not taking losses. I am seeing a lot of bodies hitting the floor over here, which is of course no bueno, and I think this tank over here might be a massive cause of it. Once this tank sort of rolled up over here and started to spray down these reinforcements, we started to see a lot more losses. Really, the grays and the purples just need to get close enough to launch a bazooka shot off and get the kill on that thing, and all will be well, and they can keep on steamrolling the infantry, but they are not managing to do that at this moment. Does seem like a bazooka trooper is getting into the wheelhouse of that tank. Maybe if it goes up here into the trench and fires down, it'd be able to get that kill, and that would be dandy swell. Let's move back over here. It looks like the tans and greens sort of marching up onto the hill over here. This side of the battle really went well for the tans and greens. Meanwhile, this side of the battle did not. So I'm curious to see how these guys progress even further on now. Still plenty of grays and purples left alive at the top of the hill to defend. There's also this trench over here, which has got quite a number of troopers in it. The real problem is that these tanks are still coming forward too. If those tanks didn't exist, that would certainly alleviate a lot of pressure for the defenders at this point. This guy's got a Piat. Let's see if he gets a nice shot off at these trenches. Piats can be absolutely devastating. They're basically like a handheld mortar kind of a thing, you know? They're like a mixture of anti-infantry and anti-tank, which is kind of crazy. Alright, the Piat's not going to fire. Very sad. Very sad. Well, let's check back in on the reinforcements over here. Looks like they did manage to take out that tank, so that is big for them right now. But did they lose too many losses or did they take too many losses in the process of eliminating that tank? It is still yet to be seen, but it very well could be the case, you know? Let's go into full speed now, as the battle is, coming to a climax here and the winner will be decided. I'd rather just sort of watch this in full speed. I like the beginnings to be in slow-mo because it just makes it a little bit easier to see all that's going on, but as we near the end, it's way more fun to be in normal speed, I think, personally. So, the purples still control this half of the hill, and they've got the reinforcements coming in over here, but the tans and greens are slowly swarming in, and they're really cutting a path down this way. This tank is on an absolute crusade right now, blitzing forward. Maybe it's trying to go for a flanking movement against the dudes over there, and it takes out a bunch of defenses over here. That's a real shame because those defenses are, of course, very powerful, and if they were to be kept alive, then they could deliver some nasty blows to tan and green infantry. Once again, tanks being very much so a deciding factor on the victor of this battle, as it is with most of these battles. So the purples gotta start hitting that tank with plenty of bazooka fire and things like that if they want to win here. That's just the end of the story, man. It's just gotta happen, and if they don't manage to take that tank out, then this could very well be a loss here. That's what I'm thinking. That is all that I am thinking at the moment. And there's still another tank blitzing forward here too. This trench is almost gone for the purples here. There's one soldier left alive. Looks like he has an M1 Grand inside of it. M1 Grand is a very good weapon to have, and he does get a nice little kill right there. Yeah, it's got that nice little 8-shot boom, 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 and can take out infantry very easily because it's high-powered too. So that weapon is not something to be taken lightly. This tank continuing its little crusade through the back, powering through a lot of these reinforcement troopers, and the reinforcement troopers are a little too far ahead to get the kill on it with a bazooka right now. So really a lot of problems going on, but they are retaking some of these trenches that have fallen, which is key because having defensive positions in this battle is going to be very important to the victor here. Man, if this tank didn't exist, I have a feeling the purples and grays might have actually made the comeback, but now I'm thinking more and more that the purples and grays might lose this one completely, though they're still cruising and they're still getting some kills, so we never know. It's not over till it's over. That's what you gotta say in these instances. More tans and greens sort of funneling over to the right side over here, trying to match the purple reinforcements. Meanwhile, there are some troopers moving through the top of the hill over here to do a pincer movement too, so tans and greens really doing sort of a surrounding type of a thing. Alright, let's check the mini-map. So blue right now are purple and grays that are left alive. Red are the tans and greens. Purple still have a good number of troopers left alive, but the tans and greens, I would argue, have a little bit more, not to mention these tan and green tanks that remain alive. That's huge. That's so good, you know? These purples that were down here slowly getting slaughtered. There's a machine gunner right there, though, holding out till the bitter end. He gets tossed around right there, though, and dies. Still a few more troopers getting hit by some tank shelling there, though, and they go down, too. These purples and grays that are down here in the little gully that the former tans and greens were occupying are about to have what happened to them, or what they did to the tans and greens happen to them as well, which is a dang shame for the purples and grays, but a triumphant victory for the tans and greens, who are just managing to clutch this battle big time here. I don't know if the grays and purples just don't have any bazooka troopers left alive to deal with those tanks. If they did, now would be the time. But it seems like the tans and greens are trying to assault the bottom of the hill, but they're just getting shot before they can get a shot off. So we're expecting to see, I think, at least a bunch more deaths here for the tans and greens before this battle is through. Really, if they just yucked a few more grenades, there's one nice grenade there, but if they just started really bombarding with grenades, the purples and grays over here would be toasted, baby. Would be absolutely destroyed. But instead, they seem to be doing a lot of infantry charges to the end of the hill over here, and they are getting chopped down because of it. Yeah, this is a mass slaughter at the moment. But I do hear a tan tank moving in. 2 tan tanks over here, cruising through the back, destroying the bodies. I hate that so much. Please, God, why can't the developers fix this so we can see the losses at the end instead of this? Crud. Ugh, it's one of the most annoying pet peeves I have about Men of War as a whole. Either way, these purple resistors over here slowly but surely get crushed. The tanks peeled on through there real nice. There's just a few more infantry troopers left alive. There's like one guy in this little dude over there. There's a dude over there who gets shredded. There's a bazooka trooper over here who, I'm just saying, dude, just like, that's all you had to do earlier. That's one tank down. Let's Rambo this guy. Why not? The battle's over. Let's be honest, for the purples and the grays. I'd say it's definitely a tan and green victory. That guy goes down. There's like a small number of the reinforcements still alive over here. Why don't we send them forward to the trenches? They can do one final assault. They have enough troopers to do a final assault, so we might as well. So, last remnants of the purple and gray army sort of marching on forward here. Not even marching, just full on sprinting, baby. But they are all getting slowly but surely kind of destroyed here. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the plastic manity. Try to take out the tank if you can, but they're gonna be slowly but surely destroyed. They're getting crushed. Here comes a dude with a Sterling machine gun coming in. Coming in hot. Yeah, baby, but the infantry is gonna absolutely pound this guy. Yep, he gets shot down pretty easy there. Alright, well, there's one last purple trooper left alive. We're gonna just retreat him. Bye-bye. Go away. Oh, he got nailed in the head. Sad. Either way, a really fun battle, I thought. Tanks just destroying more of the bodies and stuff like that, but that's alright. I'd say both sides took extreme losses as a whole. Like, this was not an easy victory for the tans and greens, but they did just manage to overpower, I think, purely because of tank power. If the tans didn't have these tanks left alive and the purple tanks had held up a little bit better in the beginning of the battle, and maybe if that artillery piece hadn't died immediately, then the tans and greens might have actually lost this. I think this was a pretty even battle, all things considered. It was just unlucky that these tan tanks didn't get taken out. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.